Hello, everyone. I all hope you're in a very wonderful day and a very, very blessed day and a very, very great evening. As you can see, guys, today is very quietly cold and very much quietly windy, as not exactly as the same as ever before. But anyway, guys, I'm very, very grateful for your support in viewing my episodes and watching them. It means greatly a lot to me. Today's episode will be talking about Dark Blade, who is a supervillain and a high-ranking member of the Order of the 12, which is an ancient secret society of supervillains that was quietly formed by the Universal Prince in the earlier centuries. So we can exactly get to it. In Dark Blade's earlier life, he was exactly trained to become the ultimate assassin and the ultimate supervillain, trained by the Noten Knights assassins in order for him to become the ultimate assassin and the ultimate killing machine. During at that time, Darkblade exactly trained himself in daggers and sticks, and also swordsmanship and in hand-to-hand combat. He became more powerful and more very, very skilled in hand-to-hand combat and also in tactician as well, which made his skill and which makes his skills and which makes him very deadly and a very, very dangerous adversary. During at that time, the Noten Knight assassin dispatched Darkblade in order to kill one of the members of the Four Nation Hunters when the Four Nation Hunter members were exactly beginning to exactly sign the peace treaty with the other alien worlds, which Darkblade and the other No Tonight assassin exactly launched, became part of the assault of the Order of the Five, and became part of the assault of the no became they were a part of but they were a team of assassins they were a team of assassins who were quietly sent as an assault by the Order of the Five and also by the Notin Knights that works on behalf of the Order of the Five. Darkblade was quietly present during the assault when he and the other assassins exactly launched the attack at the other Four Nation Hunters. During at that time, Darkblade exactly chose to fight one other Four Nation Hunter, which he was exactly able to focus his attention on. He and the other Four Nation Hunter battle until the battle exactly able until the odds were even when one water magic user came and arrived in order to turn the tables around, which was able to force Darkblade and the other assassins to retreat, which Darkblade was able to use a conjuring, created a he threw a grenade straightly at the water monster, launching, creating a black smoke of his escape, as well as the other assassins, which they were able to escape. But the Four Nation Hunters were able to apprehend some of the other Notenite assassins, and they were directly sentenced straightly into the Astro prison to remain in custody, a prison designed to house super villains and super criminals and rogue superheroes and dark assassins and Shadow Empire warlords and commanders and random warlords and commanders and dark evil bounty hunters and dark druids and unknown magic users as well. During at that time, Darkblade exactly returned to the Noten Knight central headquarters and told them that he's done exactly working for the Noten Knight and he's quietly defecting from that time. Which the Noten Knight could not exactly have it. They decided to try to have him killed, which Darkblade threw an SC grenade and was successfully able to escape. Darkblade was able to find a remote island where he was able to use it as his usual bases where he can exactly operate from. He decided to exactly use technologies in order to create destructive technologies and power technologies for himself and also for his forces. During at that time, the Universal Prince approached him with a very, very powerful proposition, stating that he should join forces with him in order to aid him with these goals, which could exactly also benefit him as well. And Darkblade was very, very quietly surprised that the mighty Universal Prince wanted him to become his associate in his organization, which Darkblade exactly accepted the offer and accepted the proposition, was the two of them exactly shake hands on this proposition. This of them becoming allies and associates could benefit them both in many, many ways. And Darkblade was delectably happy and very, very satisfactorily pleased. After that, on the 1st of August, Darkblade and the other Rogue Four Nation Hunters began launching an attack at the members of the Intergalactic Coalition in order to extremely wipe them out, which the Universal Earth heroes were well aware of that, and they decided in order to fight against the assassins and against their forces. Darkblade continued launching his attack on Universal Earthman, which became too far now, and he decided to attack him straight on. After that, Darkblade exactly continued attacking Universal Earthman. He continued to overpower him. Him and Universal Earthman were evenly matched in hand-to-hand combat and as well in swordsmanship at the time. which Darkblade became more very much quietly, found out that he found an evenly matched opponent, and he decided in order to disappear, and he decided in order to create a small screen, and he threw an S secret in order to create an escape for his assassins and for his operatives as well, in order for them to disappear. Which some of them are able to disappear, but the others of them were ultimately taken into custody and sentenced straightly into the Astro prison. On the 1st of September, Darkblade was quietly present in a meeting where one member's sister complimented the new enforcer known as Windmaster on his job and his great mission, in telling him that he did the right thing by telling the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders who saw their allegiance and their loyalty to the Universal Prince and to the Order of the 12, and as well to his organization and as well to his new empire. That is the time that is where Darkblade was quietly present. On the 9th of September, Darkblade exactly petitioned on a swordsmanship with the members of the Four Nation Hunters, training them on the swordsmanship, able to exactly guide them on the swordsmanship in order for them to become worthy and very quietly ready in training them on the swordsmanship, preparing them for the next attack and for their great attack that's on exactly on approach. That is after all coming. On the 15th of September, Darkblade attended a meeting of the members of the Order of the 12, able to exactly hear the Universal Prince stating that everything else is on schedule. The plan is quite aligned with everything else, and everything else will go accordingly to plan, the way it was meant to be and the way it can exactly never be intended. With his reign, he'll be able to become the sole ruler of the universe, of the sacred universe and of the sacred world, and he'll become the new Universal King. He'll wipe out and remove the Universal Heroes and the Universal Earth Heroes and the United Heroes and the Intergalactic Coalition and the Universal Space Heroes and the Universal Defending Heroes out of the way, and this time it'll be permanently for good, as in permanently for good. After that, exactly, Darkblade began his new planning to wipe out the Universal Earth Heroes and the members of the Intergalactic Coalition, which he decided it's time to exactly put them out of the way. But the Universal Prince approached him to his base, told him that the plan is still exactly in motion and that it is still quietly in processing, meaning that wiping out the Universal Heroes and the Universal Earth Heroes now is on exactly the time when they can still be very, very useful to the crucial plan and to the roles in removing his greatest competitor, known as the New Little Magic, out of the way. And Darkblade quietly agreed with that part, meaning that he'll cook up some other plan and other scheme for his own ulterior motive, which he can exactly work for. On the 25th of September, Darkblade exactly arrived on the Astro prison to speak with Professor War, telling him that it's time that he released some special super criminals under his care, meaning that it could exactly benefit him and the founders as well. Professor was quietly reluctantly surprised by Darkblade's return and very quietly, very much eager to hear what Darkblade had to propose exactly. Darkblade told exactly Professor War that he will benefit more power and more control over the Astro prison and over its territories, and he'll provide more ships or warships and battle cruisers that'll be at his command and at your commandable orders. And Professor Wolf slightly agreed and shook hands with Darkblade, and that is exactly part of the deal. During at that time, Firebird was quietly on a series of missions in order to investigate Ghostmaster's plans and his sinister attempts, when he exactly realized that Darkblade was quietly up to his old schemes, and he decided in order to exactly take some of the members of the Universal Earth Heroes on a stakeout mission to exactly find out what Darkblade is up to and what exactly he's seriously planning on that time. On the 21 of September, Darkblade exactly returned to the warehouse with able to exactly speak to his associates, such as the Memory Sister, the Time Witches, and as well Zero, telling him that the plan is quietly in place and everything else is quietly optimum. He brought a briefcase that contains dark crystals and dark energy, meaning that it's time for them to exactly create the ultimate device, which Darkblade was able to do when he was scouting the entire area. He found out that Firebird and the rest of the Earth Heroes were quietly following him, and they pressed on the attack and launching attack. They pressed on the attack against each other until his associates such as Zero, the Time Witches, and the Memory Sisters released their skills on the crystal, activating the Dark Crystal's power and energy, until Firebird stormed in and told the present villains to stand down. And the one Memory Sister wanted to stand down, but she wanted to release her power and ability against Firebird. One Time Witch exactly complied with what Firebird told them, and she told them to exactly stand down, which completely turned them all into nothing but rocks of statues, which she was able to facilitate the escape with her dark magic and her ability. And as well, Darkblade was able to disappear during the battle against Organic Boy at the time, and he was able to disappear. After that, the members of the Order of the 12 on the 1st of October exactly come begin learning more about the dark crystal's power and its experimentation as they gave it to the dark druid, and Darkblade was very happy that the dark druid were able to experiment with the dark crystal and his power, and he exactly offered his presence and his presence and his bodyguards to be present during the experimentation, and the dark druid exactly accepted that and exactly graciously accepted that. On the 10th of October, the Dark Druids and the Dark Witches began releasing their dark experiments on the crystal, activating its power and activating its power source at the asteroid base, which caused any attention, which drew unwanted attention of Universal Magic Girl and the Universal Magic Heroes, who were able to arrive in order to exactly fight against the dark magic users, which they continue to do so, and as well as the other assassins. Darkblade exactly disappeared within the battle, able to secretly disappear and able to exactly not return until Universal Magic Girl used her found ability to destroy the crystal and as well the rest of the asteroid base, which blew it up into nothing but a bit of destruction. She destroyed the machine and the rest of it, except for the asteroid base, which can never exactly be destroyed. After that, the rest of the Universal Magic Heroes and Universal Magic Girl decided to exactly retreat and exactly retreat and exactly gave the information to Universal Men and the Universal Earth Heroes and the members of the Intergalactic Coalition. Darkblade was able to meet up with one memory sister on the 15th of October, telling him that the Intergalactic Coalition has been compromised by the new Law Magic and his new organization known as the Order of Power that's exactly secretly placing under his sole control. The memory sister exactly reassured Darkblade that everything else in order, that the Universal Prince is a bigger plan for the new Law of Magic and for his greatest competitor and for the Universal Heroes, which will purposely exactly work for them and will benefit them in many, many ways. And Darkblade was relatively pleased at that time. Darkblade was able to speak with Ghostmaster on the 1st of November, telling him that he brought the briefcase with crystals, and Ghostmaster exactly brought some Shadow Empire warlords and commanders in order to show their allegiance and their loyalty as well, which is exactly part of the deal. And Darkblade and Ghostmaster exactly shook hands, stating that they're forever allies in each other's goals and business as well, which will exactly benefit them in many ways. And Darkblade was very happy, and so was Ghostmaster as well. Darkblade was able to meet up with the Universal Prince in his central headquarters, telling him that the Shadow Empire warlords commanders have shown their worlds and their planets and placed them under the sole control of the Order of the 12, and the Astro Prison's leader, known as Professor Woe, who's a leading member of a villainous organization known as the Founders, also decided to help us by giving them supervillains and providing them with more supervillains and more deadly criminals at their disposal. And the Universal Prince is very happy that he's rising in power and that he is ascending in power very quickly. He shook hands with Darkblade, meaning that he made the right decision by making Darkblade to becoming his long lost friend and as well as his associate. And Darkblade was very pleased. Despite this, guys, Darkblade is very intelligent, very smart, very skilled in marksmanship. He possesses the ability of super hearing, of super speed, resistance to telepathic. He's extremely an immortal assassin and supervillain who has lived for many, many years. He's very powerful and very deadly and very dangerous, not meant to be taken lightly and not meant to be taken lightly or underestimated. He quietly views Firebird and the Universal Heroes as a threat to his goal and as a threat to his mission. He even partnered up with the most powerful, dangerous criminals known as the Memory Sister, the Time Witches, Zero, and also Rex, and also Razor, the Universal Prince, Power Boy, the Universal Prince and Power Boy, the Universal Prince and Power Boy as well, the Universal Prince and Power Boy and Mind Man as well, and also Windmaster and also Ghostmaster, in order to further up their goals, so that he can exactly benefit to creating his ultimate goals for regime, so that he can exactly rule the sacred criminal world for his own purpose and for his own evil deed as well. Despite this, Darkblade is very ambitious and very, 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 very strong and very, very master tactician, able to manipulating forces to fight his wars and his battle, especially by manipulating the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders to do his bidding and by playing his command in order to further the Order of the 12's goals and as well as his mission. He believes in the Universal Prince's goals and as well the organization's goals in making sure that the Universal Prince becomes the new Universal King, and that he'll thrust chaos and destruction through the known universe and through the sacred universe, so that he can exactly rule from that chaos, and then he can become the powerful leader and also the savior of the known universe and the rest of sacred existence. And he learns from his mistakes and his past mistakes, not to ever underestimate the Universal Hero's ability and Firebird's ability and the rest of the Intergalactic Coalition and the United Heroes' ability in thwarting the operations and as well as their plans in taking over and ruling the chaos that they've already planned to benefit from ruling from the chaos that they already plan to create by any means necessary. Their greatest top competitor is the new Order of Magic, known as Lord Jet, who's the founder and leader of the Order of Power, an organization that is quietly determined to rule and conquer from the destruction of the supernaturals that will be extinct, and also from the aliens and the superhumans as well in the process. The Universal Prince and Darkblade view the new Order of Magic as his top competitor, the most powerful competitor, and they're willing to remove him out of the way by any and all means necessary. By any and all means necessary, guys, as in completely necessary. Darkblade is very ambitious, master tactician, very intelligent, possesses great genius level intellect, very skilled in hand-to-hand combat, swordsmanship and marksmanship, and also in agility and endurance as well. He's very immortal. He's lived for many, many years, and he's very, very skilled and adaptability in any situation. He found his greatest worthy adversary known as Firebird, and which he quietly learns to never underestimate or ever taken lightly ever again, especially the Universal Earth Heroes with the ability in thwarting his operation and as well as his bigger plans, which he learns never to underestimate the abilities or ever taking them lightly. And he's willing to do whatever it takes to wipe them out and remove them out of the way. But he believes in the Universal Prince's goals and his method to becoming the new Universal King, that when he rises to become the new Universal King, he'll exactly remove the Universal Heroes and the Intergalactic Coalition and the United Heroes out of the way permanently, and that he will able to pave a way for Darkblade to becoming the new ranking leader of the new group of assassins and powerful assassins to be at his command and to be at his greatest command and at his greatest command and at his greatest instruction to become the new leader of the dark assassins and of the greatest assassins who ever lived throughout the rest of the sacred world, and that he will exactly use these assassins to wipe out the Four Nation Hunters and remove them out of the way. That's all it exactly will take. Well, guys, that's it for today's episode. I all hope you have a wonderful and blessed evening and afternoon. I will exactly see you tomorrow on our last day. So stay safe and stay happy. Bye.